Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The Honda CRV models from 2011 to 2016 may encounter Diagnostic Trouble Code P1549, which signifies a high voltage issue within the charging system. This DTC indicates that the vehicle's onboard systems have detected an abnormal condition that requires attention, typically related to the vehicle's alternator functionality. An alternator is a vital component responsible for charging the battery and powering electrical systems when the engine is running. It converts mechanical energy into electrical energy, maintaining battery charge and ensuring proper operation of electrical components. The presence of this DTC suggests that voltage levels may exceed safe operating thresholds, which could potentially disrupt the performance of the vehicle. Before troubleshooting, it is advisable to record all freeze data and onboard snapshots to provide a comprehensive background for diagnostics. Hence, it's essential to understand both the implications of this error and the systems impacted. The DTC P1549 refers specifically to failures in the charging system, primarily implicating the alternator. The alternator plays a crucial role in the vehicle's electrical system by converting mechanical energy from the engine into electrical energy to charge the battery and power various electrical components. This fault often arises when the detected voltage exceeds standard operating limits, indicating possible problems in the system. The alternator in the Honda CRV is typically located at the front of the engine bay and is driven by the engine's serpentine belt. A malfunctioning alternator might not only fail to charge the battery adequately, but could also lead to over-voltage scenarios that stress the vehicle's electronic systems, potentially causing cascading failures. Thus, awareness of the symptoms and issues related to this DTC is paramount for timely and effective repairs. Several potential causes lead to the emergence of DTC P1549, with the primary suspect being a faulty alternator. An alternator can fail due to internal issues, such as worn-out diodes or bearings, causing it to produce excessive voltage. Moreover, poor electrical connections at the alternator itself or within the connecting circuitry can lead to the DTC being triggered. Loose terminals can also contribute to intermittent issues, where voltage might fluctuate unexpectedly. In some cases, external high-voltage sources mistakenly connected to the vehicle can mimic these failure conditions. An exhaustive inspection of these elements is essential for accurate diagnosis and repair, ensuring that the charging system returns to optimal operating condition. The symptoms associated with DTC P1549 can manifest in various ways, with dashboard warning lights typically being the first indicator. Drivers may notice battery-related warnings and alerts signaling a possible electrical issue. This DTC could also lead to battery drainage problems, as the alternator may not properly recharge the battery, leaving the vehicle reliant solely on battery power when the engine is off. Additionally, the vehicle's electrical systems might experience malfunctions, leading to inconsistent performance of components like headlights, audio systems, and other electronics. Persistent issues can ultimately affect engine performance, which may present as a lack of power or erratic running conditions. Thus, understanding these symptoms is vital for appropriate action and repair. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P1549 involves verifying the problem by turning the ignition switch to the on position, which prepares the vehicle's systems for diagnostic assessment. Next, using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS, you will clear the stored DTC to reset the vehicle's computer for accurate evaluation. Following this, start the engine and ensure that the AC, headlights, and rear window defogger are all turned off. This is crucial, as these systems draw power and could affect the voltage readings during this test. Maintaining specific operational conditions aids in isolating the issue linked solely to the alternator, without influence from other electrical draws. Finally, hold the engine speed at 3,000 RPM while the vehicle is in park or neutral, and for 1 minute to simulate standard operational conditions and observe the system's behavior. Upon completing the initial verification, the next step requires you to check for any pending or confirmed DTCs using the HDS. If DTC P1549 reappears as confirmed, it signifies that the alternator is likely malfunctioning and needs to be replaced. The reliability of the alternator is crucial for maintaining proper voltage levels in the charging system. Conversely, if no DTC is confirmed, it suggests that the system is currently operating within acceptable limits, indicating an intermittent failure, possibly due to poor connections or loose terminals. These should be closely inspected at the alternator and the underhood fuse or relay box to ensure that all electrical connections are secure and functioning up to standard. Establishing solid connections is imperative for avoiding future DTC occurrences. For repair verification, begin by turning the ignition switch to the on position. This prepares the system for the subsequent steps. Then, using the HDS, reset the Powertrain Control Module, PCM, which manages various engine functions and ensures that previous faults are erased from memory. After resetting, it is essential to perform the PCM idle learn procedure, which helps the PCM recalibrate its settings to the current engine conditions. This process optimizes engine performance and responsiveness. Following the idle learn, start the engine once again, making sure to follow proper operational protocols to facilitate correct testing of the repair outcomes. This step is critical as it confirms whether the initial issues linked to DTC P1549 have been resolved and that the charging systems are functioning effectively. After resetting the system and reevaluating the engine's conditions, you must once again check under the same operational parameters. Ensure the AC, headlights, and rear window defogger are off. Then, monitor the onboard diagnostics OBD status using the HDS for indications of the DTC P1549. The HDS will provide feedback indicating whether the status has passed, failed, or not completed. If the status reads passed, it confirms that the troubleshooting has been successful and the issue has been resolved. If it indicates failed, it's imperative to return to step 1 and reevaluate the system for potential recurring issues. Should the status read not completed, ensure that all test conditions are met before rechecking the OBD status again, facilitating a definitive conclusion to the troubleshooting process. Once troubleshooting is complete, conduct a final verification process to ensure that the repair has effectively resolved the issues associated with DTC P1549. Begin by checking for the presence of any new DTCs, which may indicate unresolved faults. Performing a test of the charging system ensures that it operates smoothly without triggering warning lights or DTCs. Conducting a road test might be necessary to assess the vehicle's performance under real-world driving conditions, confirming that electrical systems function normally and reliably. Additionally, it is critical to monitor the voltage levels produced by the alternator throughout various engine speeds to ascertain they remain within acceptable ranges. This comprehensive verification process ensures that not only has the DTC been addressed, but also enhances the vehicle's overall reliability and performance. To prevent future occurrences of DTC P1549, it is essential to implement a robust preventive maintenance routine regarding the vehicle's electrical system. regular inspection of the alternator can. In conclusion, the DTC P1549 signifies critical issues within the charging system of the Honda CRV, specifically indicating high voltage readings likely stemming from a faulty alternator or poor electrical connections. Addressing this DTC promptly is vital for ensuring that the vehicle remains operational and avoids potential catastrophic failures. Monitoring voltage levels during diagnostics allows for the identification of underlying issues that may not be immediately apparent. Furthermore, routine maintenance checks on the alternator and electrical system promote vehicle longevity and performance stability. Lastly, maintaining safe and secure electrical connections ensures not just functionality, but also safety for the vehicle's occupants. Through diligent attention to this DTC and its implications, vehicle owners can ensure that their Honda CRV operates smoothly and reliably. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.